You spend nearly a third of your life in one room. You close the door. You think you're safe, resting, recovering, healing. But what if that room, your bedroom, is quietly aging you faster than anything outside it? We talk about food, exercise, even mindset when it comes to longevity, but we forget the space we spend our most vulnerable hours in, asleep, unaware, surrounded by objects we've stopped noticing. The mattress you haven't changed in a decade, the light bulb humming above your head, the air freshener plugged into the wall, releasing invisible chemicals night after night. Most people never question the items they sleep near. They assume if it's in the bedroom, it's harmless. But the truth is, some of the things you trust the most, the ones meant to bring you comfort, might be stealing your energy, your clarity, even your sleep without you realizing it. Because aging isn't just about time, it's about accumulation, of inflammation, of poor sleep, of subtle stress on your cells. It doesn't happen in one dramatic moment. It happens through thousands of silent nights in a room that's quietly working against you. If you're over 60, your body doesn't recover the way it used to. Your immune system doesn't tolerate pollutants the same way. Your nervous system is more sensitive to light, noise, and toxins. And your sleep, your most critical source of regeneration, becomes lighter, more fragile, and more easily disrupted. That means your bedroom matters more now than it ever has. But most people treat it like storage space, a place for clutter, old furniture, forgotten appliances, and unknowingly, they turn their sanctuary into a slow-burn health risk. You might be trying to take care of yourself. You eat better. You go on walks. Maybe you even take supplements. But if you're spending 7 to 9 hours a night surrounded by items that inflame your lungs, disturb your melatonin, weaken your joints, or expose you to hidden toxins, you're undoing everything else. The good news? This isn't about fear. It's about awareness. Once you know what to look for, you can change it, often in just a few small steps. A cleaner pillow, a safer air source, a smarter light. These aren't luxury upgrades. There are simple decisions that make the difference between aging well and aging early. So before you add another vitamin to your shelf or another wellness trend to your day, ask yourself this: when was the last time you really looked at your bedroom, not just as a space to decorate, but as a space to protect your future? Because this isn't about a perfect room. It's about one that finally works for you, not against you. You lay your head on it every night. It's soft, familiar, maybe even sentimental. But that pillow, the one you've had for 5, maybe 10 years, might be doing more harm than comfort. Because here's what no one tells you: pillows age faster than you think. And when they do, they don't just flatten. They become a breeding ground for things you don't see, but your body definitely feels. Dust mites, mold spores, dead skin, sweat. All of it accumulates night after night. And if you're over 60, your body doesn't filter those particles like it used to. Your lungs are more sensitive. Your immune system is slower to respond. And the inflammation caused by allergens isn't just local. It can trigger systemic issues, joint pain, headaches, even brain fog. But that's only half the problem. Because while your pillow is supposed to support your sleep, an old one often sabotages it. It loses structure, sags in the middle, forces your neck into positions it was never meant to be in, and night after night, those tiny misalignments add up. You wake up stiff, sore, tired, thinking it's just part of aging. But it might just be your pillow. Now imagine doing that for 2,000 nights in a row. And it's not just about comfort. Your cervical spine, the upper part of your neck, is connected to your nervous system, blood flow to the brain, and even your posture throughout the day. A poorly supported neck at night leads to tension during the day. That tension leads to fatigue. That fatigue leads to decreased movement, slower metabolism, and faster aging. It's a domino effect, and it starts with something as simple as what you're sleeping on. The irony? We replace phones every 2-3 years. We upgrade TVs, appliances, even cars. But the thing our face touches for 8 hours a night, that gets ignored. If your pillow is older than 3 years, it's time to let it go. And if it costs $10 from a supermarket bin, it's probably not doing you any favors. The best pillow for you isn't the most expensive. It's the one that keeps your spine neutral and your airways open. For some, that's memory foam. For others, it's latex. What matters is alignment and cleanliness. Breathable materials, washable covers. Materials that don't trap allergens or off-gas chemicals, and don't underestimate the ritual of it all. The act of choosing a better pillow is symbolic. It's choosing to stop tolerating things just because you're used to them. It's choosing restoration over routine. Healing over habit. Your body is aging, but that doesn't mean you have to wake up feeling older than you are. It might sound small, just a pillow, but if you want better days, start with better nights. And that starts with the thing your head rests on, every single one of them. You may not see it, but you're breathing it all night long. The air in your bedroom carries more than oxygen. It carries everything you allow in that space: fragrances, fumes, particles. And over time, those invisible choices leave a very visible impact on your health. Scented candles, plug-in air fresheners, spray deodorizers, they all promise comfort. Lavender for calm, vanilla for warmth, citrus for freshness. But many of them come with something far less relaxing: volatile organic compounds, or VOCs. These are the chemical byproducts released into your air as those products burn, heat, or slowly evaporate. And when you're over 60, your body doesn't handle those chemicals like it once did. Your respiratory system becomes more delicate, your detox pathways slower, your blood-brain barrier less selective. That means what you inhale at night doesn't just affect your sinuses. It reaches your lungs, your bloodstream, even your brain. And the research is clear. Prolonged exposure to VOCs and synthetic fragrances is linked to headaches, hormonal disruption, asthma, fatigue, and even cognitive decline. You may think it's just a candle, but a candle burned in a small room with poor ventilation becomes a long-term exposure, especially when it's paraffin-based, a petroleum byproduct mixed with synthetic scent compounds and metal core wicks. That soft, flickering glow might actually be releasing toluene, benzene, and phthalates into your air every night, while your body is at its most vulnerable, asleep. And plug-in air fresheners, many run continuously, releasing not only scent but heat, which can increase the rate of chemical release. They don't purify air, they mask it. They don't neutralize odors, they layer over them. And often you become nose-blind to their presence, meaning your brain no longer registers the smell, but your body still bears the burden. What's worse, these products disrupt your sleep without you noticing. The brain needs clean air and darkness to transition into deep, restorative stages of sleep. When VOCs circulate in your bedroom, your nervous system remains slightly activated. Your heart rate doesn't fully drop. Your breathing patterns change. And even if you sleep through the night, you wake up feeling unrefreshed, foggy, achy, detached. So what's the solution? First, open a window. Even 10 minutes of ventilation each day makes a massive difference. Let your room breathe. Second, ditch the synthetic scents. If you want a fragrance, opt for high-quality essential oils diffused in moderation, and never overnight. If you want freshness, use baking soda, houseplants, or a charcoal air purifier. Nature already has the best solutions, and none of them come with side effects. Third, consider an air purifier with a HEPA filter, especially if you live in an urban area, near traffic, or with pets. Clean air isn't a luxury. It's your brain's best medicine, especially in the years when memory, clarity, and sleep are harder to come by. You can't always control the outside world, but you can control the air you breathe while you sleep. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do for your health is to simply let the air be clean again. It feels soft underfoot, warm, familiar. You've walked across it for years without a second thought, but that carpet in your bedroom, the one that's always been there, might be doing more to your health than you realize, and none of it is good. Wall-to-wall carpeting is one of the most overlooked sources of indoor pollution, especially in older homes. At first glance, it looks harmless, clean even, But carpets are sponges. They don't just collect dust, they trap everything: pet dander, pollen, skin flakes, bacteria, mold spores, and worse, chemicals from decades of furniture, shoes, sprays, and cleaners, all ground into the fibers where they quietly release over time. If you're over 60, your body no longer handles that buildup as easily as it once did. Your lungs are more vulnerable to irritation. Your immune system is slower to respond, and that chronic low-grade exposure can lead to daily symptoms most people never connect to their flooring: coughing, watery eyes, nasal congestion, morning fatigue, and joint stiffness. But it doesn't stop there. The carpet itself, especially if it was manufactured before the early 2000s, may have been treated with flame retardants, stain repellents, and adhesives that contain VOCs, volatile organic compounds. These chemicals can continue off-gassing for years. That means even long after the new carpet smell is gone, the toxins might still be releasing every time you step, roll, or vacuum. You don't have to see it, your body feels it. Some carpets also trap moisture in the padding underneath, a perfect breeding ground for mold. And if you've ever spilled something that seeped through to the base layer, that moisture could be sitting there, invisible, feeding bacteria that rise into your air every time you walk across the room. Most people think of their bedrooms as clean because they vacuum, but vacuuming alone doesn't solve this. In fact, most household vacuums don't have HEPA filters, which means they stir up particles rather than trap them. You vacuum, and suddenly more allergens are in the air, not less. So what can you do? If you can remove the carpet, do it. Replace it with hard flooring, wood, laminate, even sealed concrete, and use washable area rugs instead. You'll reduce your toxic load instantly, and your lungs will thank you. If removal isn't an option, invest in a HEPA filter vacuum and use it regularly. Deep clean the carpet at least twice a year with non-toxic solutions, and most importantly, leave shoes at the door. Every step from the outside brings in chemicals, bacteria, and heavy metals from streets, grass, and sidewalks. The less that enters, the less your carpet has to trap. We often think of toxins as something out there: pollution, factories, smoke. But sometimes the most dangerous exposure is the one you walk on every day, in silence, while you sleep above it each night. Change your floor, and you don't just change your room. You change what your body absorbs for the next 10 years of your life. It seems harmless, just a soft glow from your lamp, your overhead light, maybe even your reading nook. But that glow, it might be tricking your brain into thinking it's the middle of the day, when your body desperately needs to believe it's night. Light doesn't just let us see, it tells our biology what time it is. And as you age, your sensitivity to that signal becomes more important, not less. The light bulb in your bedroom, the one you turn on to wind down, could be the reason your body isn't resting, your hormones aren't balancing, and your brain doesn't feel sharp in the morning. Here's why. Most modern bulbs, especially LEDs and compact fluorescents, emit a strong spectrum of blue light. During the day, that's helpful. It boosts alertness, sharpens thinking, increases serotonin. But at night, that same light suppresses melatonin, the hormone your body produces to fall asleep, stay asleep, and cycle through the deep repair phases that keep you young. And here's what gets worse with age. Your circadian rhythm, your internal clock, becomes more fragile. Melatonin production naturally decreases after 60. Sleep gets lighter. Wake-ups more frequent. Your brain needs every signal it can get to know that it's night. But blue light, it cancels the signal. You may not notice it right away. You turn off the light and fall asleep, eventually. But the sleep is shallow. You toss. You dream strangely. You wake up groggy, and over time, the cost adds up. Poor memory, higher inflammation, mood dips, even faster biological aging. And it's not just ceiling lights, phones, tablets, TVs, e-readers, even digital alarm clocks. These all emit light in the blue spectrum. When used in the last 1-2 hours before bed, they confuse the brain. They tell it, stay alert, stay ready, delay the shutdown. And that delay, night after night, accelerates everything you're trying to avoid: aging, fatigue, and fog. So what's the fix? Start by changing the bulbs. Choose warm or amber-toned LEDs, ideally under 2700K. Avoid daylight or cool white labels in the bedroom. Consider adding a low-light amber lamp for evening use, something soft enough that your brain gets the message, it's time to power down. Then, protect your eyes. If you use screens after sunset, enable night shift or blue light filter modes. And if you wear glasses, consider blue light blocking lenses for nighttime hours. But the most powerful change? Embrace darkness. Your body craves it. Blackout curtains. No night lights. Cover any LED lights on electronics with tape. Make your bedroom a place your biology recognizes. This is where we rest. This is where we repair. Because sleep isn't just sleep. It's your body's most advanced anti-aging tool. But it only works if the environment allows it. The right light tells your brain to heal. The wrong light tells it to keep going. Choose the one that gives you back your nights, and you'll be surprised how much better your days start to feel. It's where you spend nearly a third of your life, but most people never stop to question it. Your mattress, a giant sponge of fabric, foam, and springs that quietly affects your spine, your lungs, your immune system, and your future. The truth is, most mattresses are older than they should be. If yours is over 8 to 10 years old, it's probably not just worn out. It's working against you. Let's start with the obvious: support. As you age, your joints need alignment more than ever. The spine, especially the lower back, relies on nighttime decompression to relieve pressure built up during the day. But an old or poor quality mattress begins to sag. You don't notice it at first, a slight dip here, a curve there. But over time, it twists your body into subtle misalignments. You wake up stiff, your hips hurt, your neck's tight. It doesn't feel like an injury, just getting older. But it's not. It's the silent damage done by poor support while you sleep. And when that becomes nightly, it's not just discomfort, it's aging. Your body doesn't heal properly, your posture declines, your energy drops. You start the day already in recovery mode instead of restoration mode. Then there's the hidden layer: bacteria and allergens. Your mattress absorbs everything: sweat, skin cells, hair, oils, and with them come dust mites, fungal spores, and bacteria that thrive in dark, moist environments. After 5 years, your mattress can double in weight from accumulated biological material. And if you've ever had a cold, flu, or even a fever while sleeping in that bed, guess what? Traces of that microbial life may still be there. For older adults with slower immune responses, this becomes a daily exposure that subtly taxes the body. You might not feel sick, but you're not fully well either. Even the materials in many mattresses, especially cheaper ones, can be part of the problem. Some contain chemical flame retardants and polyurethane foams that off-gas VOCs, volatile organic compounds, for years. Every breath you take while you sleep could include particles that irritate your lungs, disrupt your hormones, and cloud your brain. And most people never connect the dots. You wake up groggy, you chalk it up to age, you toss and turn, you blame stress, but your body is begging for a better foundation. Because without quality sleep, everything else falls apart: memory, metabolism, emotional resilience, and immune defense. So what should you do? First, check the age of your mattress. If it's over 10 years old, it's time. No matter how comfortable it feels, the internal structure has likely degraded. Second, consider your sleep position and body needs. Side sleepers need more pressure relief. Back sleepers need firmer support. There's no one perfect bed, but there is a perfect bed for your spine and sleep style. Third, look at the materials. Natural latex, organic cotton, or certified non-toxic foams reduce chemical exposure and trap fewer allergens. If replacing the mattress isn't possible yet, start with a high-quality mattress topper and protective encasement that blocks allergens and dust mites. And finally, treat your mattress like your health depends on it, because it does. Wash your sheets weekly, Vacuum your mattress monthly. Let it breathe. This isn't about luxury, it's about biology. Your body does its most critical repair work at night, but only if the environment supports it. Don't spend another night letting your bed age you faster. Make it the place where your healing begins, every single time. Most people think longevity comes from doctors, diets, or exercise routines, but the truth is the biggest upgrade to your future might be where you end and begin every single day, your bedroom. Because here's the secret no one tells you. Your bedroom isn't just a place to sleep. It's a place that programs your body, shapes your recovery, and determines how well you show up for life tomorrow. And most people are unknowingly aging faster inside that space than anywhere else. But here's the good news. It doesn't take much to change everything. Swap your pillow. Don't wait until it's flat and lifeless. Choose one that supports your spine, breathes better, and doesn't trigger inflammation while you sleep. Your neck will feel it on night 1, and your energy will notice it by week 1. Clean your air. Those plug-in fresheners and scented candles, toss them. Replace them with an air purifier and crack a window now and then. Your lungs, your brain, and even your skin will thank you. Get rid of the toxins beneath your feet. If you can't pull up the carpet, deep clean it. Vacuum with a HEPA filter. Remove shoes at the door. Stop dragging the outside world into the one place meant to restore you. Fix your light. Replace cold, blue-toned bulbs with warm, amber ones. Dim the lights 2 hours before bed. Make darkness your ally, not your afterthought. Your circadian rhythm isn't broken, it's just confused. Check your mattress. Really check it. When did you last replace it? How does your back feel in the morning? Upgrade if you can. Clean it if you can't. Protect it like you would your health, because that's exactly what you're doing. You don't need a full renovation. You don't need to spend thousands. What you need is intention, a decision to stop aging in your sleep and start healing in it. Most people will never do this. They'll keep sleeping in the same stale air on the same 12-year-old mattress under harsh lights, thinking their tiredness is just part of getting older. But now you know better. You know that your bedroom is not just where you sleep. It's where your body regenerates, where your brain resets, where your immune system strengthens. It's where your next 10 years begin every single night. So treat it like a temple, not an afterthought. Update one thing, just one, then another and another. Because if you fix your bedroom, you might just fix the way you age. And that, more than any pill or program, is what adds years, not just to your life, but to your good years. Start tonight.